Oh my gosh, who does she think she is? Hello, beautiful, and welcome back to my channel. It is new and improved, honey, just for all of you, my OG fans from Out With Elmi. Welcome back. This is now Makeup by More. So as you guys can see, this is gonna be all about makeup, darlings, and I'm gonna do this small series of 10 episodes during this summer, all of makeup, creating different makeup looks, such as this beautiful golden snatch smoky look that I just did on myself today. And if there's possibly more episodes that I can do, for sure I will do more than 10, but 10 for sure. Honey, if you want to be snatched and cut like me, then keep on watching. Okay, so now we're a little bit more closer and personal. The process that I do is I grab a color corrector, I grab the Naked Skin Color Perfecting Fluid in the color Deep Peach, which is this shade Raw Her, and this is what I use to pretty much put all over the areas where my beard grows. So which is here, 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 all over here. And now that we're done applying that, I will grab my Morphe brush. I look crazy in G36, which is like this. See, it's even orange. And then we just begin to tap. Okay, so now that we have the color corrector all over my 5 o'clock shadow, like so, now I'm gonna grab my, oh my gosh, I forgot her name, but I believe it's with an H, but it's this puff. It's in a triangle shape, like so, and it's really cool because you can stick your fingers, and whenever you have to really like put translucent powder underneath the eye, it's really good. So I'm gonna grab my True and True translucent powder, which is this one by Laura Mercier, and I'm just gonna grab my puff and then pretty much press on the powder all over the area that I put the color corrector, like so. Okay, I'm back. So we already got that powder all over the area. Now we're gonna grab my True and True Fenty Beauty foundation pro filter in the color 370, which is the darkest shade for me that I use. Now typically I would use my beauty blender, but I've noticed that it really is hard, especially again with my 5 o'clock shadow, for the orange to not pull through. I cannot use a sponge. So now what I do is I grab a brush. I am gonna get a new one because this one's usually the one that I use for my body, but again, quarantine, so a lot of stores are not open. So I'm gonna grab this flat brush. Well, I made it be flat, and I'm gonna pour my foundation on it and then swipe it all over my face and then go with the beauty blender and tap. So again, you just begin to swipe like so. And now it would look nicer and cleaner if I had a different type of brush, but again, I am gonna invest in one, don't get me wrong. Just right now, we have to work with what we have. First, apply it nicely with the brush. And then you're gonna go in with the beauty blender and you're just gonna press on it and press on it. And again, right now I'm just covering the area that doesn't have the color corrector. See? Now we have the foundation all over it. Okay, so now we're gonna move into the concealer. I'm going to use the Tarte Creaseless Concealer in the shade 40 Tan, which looks like so. Now, I've also noticed that I've gone very lightly with this, but since we're gonna do a full beat down, I should push myself to go a little bit more heavy. Even though this one looks very like tan-like. Oh my goodness. I think this one is kind of too dark. Let me see. No, I think the concealer is fine. One thing that I want to explain to you all is that whenever you do put concealer and you grab your beauty blender, or if it's your brush, always try to focus here near the inner corner first and begin tapping there the product, and then just press the product where you located, And this is where again you mainly want to focus, and then you want to begin to like swoop it out to the outer part of the face. But first you definitely want to focus more your attention underneath the eye, because that is the area where you're trying to erase those dark circles, you know, to look more alive. And then you want to fade it outwards into the eye. Now for me, as soon as I'm done tapping, I quickly have to grab my translucent powder. And you also want to do this with your clients. If they're looking up, make sure you tell them keep looking up, and then grab that translucent powder and locate it underneath the eyes. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my puff, the translucent powder by Laura Mercier, and I'm gonna tap, tap, tap underneath the eye. Okay, making sure that concealer does not move, it stays locked. Sometimes I like to create like a little line here to help me with my contour later on. So I go up and down here on the eye to really make the nose look a little bit more skinnier. Like so. Oh my gosh, on the camera I look super white with the concealer, but trust me, later I'll change the lighting. It's because again, I have new lighting. I have like these boxes. I mean this box lighting up here. So this is gonna make me look lighter than what I really am, but yes. So now that we're done with that, now we're gonna focus on the 5 o'clock shadow and really erasing that. Now I am gonna grab again that flat brush, and I already put some dots of foundation. And again, we're just gonna lightly swoop in these areas that I have the color corrector. And I really push myself again to be very, very careful here. And I don't like to, but this is where I do put the most of my foundation in that area. Again, it's because I have to cover that 5 o'clock shadow. Because trust me, if I'm not able to do that, I can definitely manipulate it in my pictures based on the lighting. So that way you guys cannot tell as much that I have that orange shadow there. I did recently look at my other pictures on Instagram, and you can tell when I wouldn't put color corrector, you would see the greenery coming through from the shadow. So again, I'm pushing myself to come up with a good system and a good way of just erasing it completely. But again, I have to put foundation, a lot of foundation. See, like this is my 3rd time putting pumps. So unless you guys have recommendations, because I've seen other tutorials, but I don't know, maybe their hair is not as strong as mine, but and now we're gonna go in with the Beauty Blender. And again, this time though, we are gonna go very lightly and really press in this area where I did put the color corrector, and just really, really press on it. I hope it's doing justice for real. Okay. So that is that. Do you guys think it worked? I still see a little bit, or I don't know if it's just me, but I tried. Okay, so now we're gonna grab, once again, this tan concealer by Tarte, and we're gonna locate that all over the middle face. So creating a line here in the nose, up here on the Cupid's bow, and then underneath the chin. This time I am just gonna grab my Beauty Blender and just blend away. I tried to be relaxed during this portion just because, again, I crease a lot in my forehead. And typically, you guys know, if you guys are OGs from Out With Emmy, you know that I typically don't put the foundation up here until the end, but this time I just got distracted and I was like, why not? Okay, Cupid's bow. And voila! So now I just placed a little bit of translucent powder in these middle areas that I put the concealer, and now we're gonna begin to work on the eyes. Now I'm not gonna do too much on my brows because I recently did get them threaded, as you can see. But for me, what I do want to invest on, and I feel like it's going to be a benefit, is brow gel, just because sometimes I do notice that when I apply foundation, and I'm pretty sure you guys have seen it too, I always tell you guys don't like give me that criticism, constructive criticism, okay? But let me know what I can do best, because again, I haven't gone to beauty school, okay? I'm not that much of a professional, but I'm just giving you these tips based on what I've learned from my own experience in teaching myself makeup and how to apply it. But yeah, so now I just grabbed my MAC Painterly Pot in the shade, I don't even know what shade this is, but it says A99. It looks like this. Okay. And I'm grabbing my Morphe M224 flat brush, and that is what I'm using to apply the Painterly Pot on my eye. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was talking about my brows, but yes, I feel like that will help me out, because again, when I apply foundation, sometimes my brows get a little ashy looking instead of being true black. So as you guys can see, that's one eye look. Now let me do the other one. Okay, so now we're back, and I'm gonna use my tape for this look. So pretty much I just use regular tape, and what I do is that I pretty much put the tape behind my hand like so, so that way it's not too sticky and it pulls my foundation. So I do that first, and then I place it here on my eye. You just want to make sure you meet the under eye. You put it a little bit lower, and then try to meet it with the end of your brow, like so. And there you have it. And again, this is gonna help you out if you want to do this look quickly, again, because I'm pushing myself, okay? I know this video is already like 20 minutes long. I apologize. I was watching this other tutorial on this YouTuber, and I feel like I have to learn how to do voiceover and just speed through this. Now I have tons of makeup here, a bunch of eyeshadows that I'm gonna be reviewing this summer. So I have a lot of palettes here, such as the Selena one with MAC. We're gonna use their brown shadows from this palette right here. And then I also have the True and True Urban Decay, the Naked palette, and then I have one that's very, very special, and this is by Pat McGrath, which is a Star Wars palette. I'm not gonna show you too much of it, but there is a gold shadow in here that I am gonna be using. But once again, if you don't have these shadows, try to grab the makeup that you do have, and I'm pretty sure you can achieve it. Sometimes even makeup looks even look better on other people with the makeup that they have. So we are gonna start off with using a mixture of these two shades. This one that's a very bony neutral color, and then this one that's a little bit of a lighter brown, and we're gonna use that on our crease to begin to darken it up. I'm grabbing a fluffy brush. I'm grabbing my Morphe M504, which looks like this, and we're gonna go into this neutral bony color. Okay, I'm really gonna pack it on all over the eyelid. This is typically an eyeshadow that I grab from a lot of palettes as a translucent powder for my my eyelid. Before I begin to work, I just kind of like put it all over the eyelid, and then I begin with my browns. So we're gonna go in with this shadow right here, and again, I'm not giving you guys the names because even for this one, it gives you the names, but they're not like located on the palette, so I'm not even gonna bother. And when I show you guys, again, it's for you guys if either you have the palette or if you don't, but if you have a similar shade, again, use it. This is just a light brown shade, and again, I'm gonna start using. Okay, let's begin. Oh, this tape wants to come out. I think the most signature thing I've ever done is my eye looks for sure. I'm really good at doing eyes, at least on myself. Okay, now once again, you always want to pack on the eyeshadow on the outer edge of your eye, and then begin to go back and forth. So now that we have placed that shadow, again, that shadow is just to create a little bit of a crease. We don't want to be too dark on it, just because again, whenever we apply that gold, we really want the gold to shine through without having any line, and we're gonna try to really smoke out the outer edges. So now we're gonna go in with these two brown shadows, which are here at the end. This one and this one I think is a little bit orangey, so I don't think I'm gonna touch that. So I'm gonna move with my Urban Decay palette instead, and I feel like I'm gonna use the Shadow Buck, which is this shadow right here, and we're just gonna begin to place that here on the outer edge of the eye and really bringing it in. And again, I've also noticed that sometimes when I apply shadow, you guys, like, it really does look different based on the lighting and when you take your pictures. So sometimes what I do is that I will create the makeup look here on camera, and then if I notice that it is too light, I will pack on a little bit more shadow, so that way the pictures, it doesn't look too light. But again, we're just putting this on the outer edge. And then again, you also want to drag it into the eyelid. You almost want to create like a letter V. Okay, so you go down and then you go up, down, up. So again, here you want to go down, down into the eyelid, and then you want to swoop it upwards to the crease. So again, you're trying to create a letter V, like so. You can see now we've created a nice beautiful shadow, and now we're gonna darken up the outer edge, and we're gonna go back with the Selena palette and hit it with this like espresso looking shade. And I even switched my brush. This one has a little bit of a, it's still round, but it's a little bit more sharp on the tip, so that way the color gets packed on a little bit better. And this is the Morphe M513 brush. Gonna lightly tap, and then we're just gonna begin to really place it right here on the wing part. And again, you want to create that V, so you want to move the shadow downwards into the eyelid, and then we're gonna push it upwards into the crease, like so. And voila, see how I just darkened it up? It just looks so beautiful. Now we're back, and I removed the tape out of the outer edges of the eye, and now we're gonna go in again with the Urban Decay palette, and we're gonna try to grab the Gunmetal and Creep shadow, which is the dark gray and the black one, and we're just gonna try use the same brush and just sweep that on our outer edges, just to make it even more darker than what it is and take off that harsh line. I'm just grabbing right now, instead of those black and gray ones, I'm just grabbing the Buck shadow at first and just trying to smoke it out before I go in with a little bit of a harsher dark shade. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with Gunmetal and Creep. Gonna put that right there. Like so. It's just an extra pop of darkness. We really don't want to go heavy with it. We just want to make the eye a little bit more smoky than what it already is. So, and again, it's all about the blending, so just keep blending, just keep blending. That way we don't have any harsh lines. Okay, so now we're back, and I'm now gonna grab my Morphe M167 brush, which is this beautiful flat brush right here, and I'm gonna use my MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus, and we're just gonna do a few sprays on the brush just to get the hairs to be a little bit more wet. And now we're gonna go in with this beautiful gold shadow. Now I can't really show you because again, we're gonna do a special review on this amazing palette, but it is a very, very profound gold shimmer shadow. So grab the one that you have. Look at this, it's gold, you guys, it's gold. And we're gonna put that all over the eyelid. Oh my gosh. Do you guys see what I'm seeing? Oh, this is so nice. And so smooth. And then again, you first want to tap it in the eyelid first. In the middle, where there's the most pigment. And then you want to begin to sweep. Start with the inner corner and then work your way back. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so now we're done with the upper eyelids. As you can see, this beautiful gold color I'm so obsessed with. Now we're done with the upper lid of our eye, and now we're gonna move to the bottom part, and I'm gonna grab my angled Morphe E11 brush, which looks like this. And first I'm gonna start off with the light brown shade that we use from the Selena collection, and I'm gonna place that all over the bottom line. As you guys can see, it's almost very orangey. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna try to neutralize it with the Urban Decay shadows instead. Instead of neutralizing it, I think that brown shadow really darkened the eyelid. I used the shade Bug from the Urban Decay palette, or maybe again, just because of the lighting here, it looks very dark. But I neutralized it again using the same brush, and now we're gonna go back to the Selena collection and use that espresso color, and we're just gonna place that here on the outer edges just to darken that up. You see that? And you always do want to go a little bit above to where the eyeshadow is into the waterline, so that way it doesn't look like you just have a spot of black. You really want to blend in the dark brown shadow. Okay, I'm back. So now we're gonna grab my LA Girl Liner Art matte liner in the shade Espresso, and we're just gonna put a thin line above here, and we're just gonna put a thin line just so that way when I put the falsies on, it doesn't look too noticeable that I have the falsies. So that's why you always want to create at least some sort of line there. And now that we're done applying that eyeliner on both of the eyes, we're gonna grab our eyelash curler and curl our lashes up to this guy. Okay, so now that we're done with curling our lashes, I don't know if you can tell, but I did curl them. I'm gonna grab my Ardell Wispies in the number 701. This is how they look like. I usually put it on the back of my hand, and then I will grab the glue, shake it a little bit, put the glue behind my hand, and then I will grab my tweezers, then grab the lash in the middle, and then just begin to like swipe across like so with the glue. Make sure you get the edge part of the lashes, and then you grab the lash and then you begin to twist in circular motion like this. Make the band loose. Make sure you let the glue, you know, get sticky. Again, keep twisting it, keep twisting it. Trust me, it will help. Then we're gonna grab the lash and we're just gonna place it over the eyelid. When placing the eyelash, you also want to move it upwards, because I've noticed that sometimes I typically place it and it comes out too flat. So again, we care about that fluff. So you always want to make sure it's placed upwards. Like so. The highlighter. Oh my gosh, that always happens. Okay, so we're gonna grab, of course, Trophy Wife by Fenty Beauty. And I'm gonna grab my Morphe M321 brush. And we're just gonna apply this highlighter in the inner corner just to give it another gold pop. Like, I have a huge mess here and it usually always happens. So we're gonna grab our highlighter. We're gonna grab this Eco Tools brush and we're just gonna place it right here. Look at that gold. And we're gonna do a number 3, you guys. You put it right here, top of the cheekbone, and then into the shadow. Mind you, this is me returning back to YouTube, so I'm really trying to figure out a good method on filming these videos. I literally had to pause the camera because my battery is about to die, you guys. So I quickly went into my Tarte Pro Glow palette and I contoured myself. And I also use a little bit of the bronzers, but I still have to use them again. But right now I'm gonna grab my Morphe E34 brush and we're gonna grab this Patrick Star Blush Duo. We're gonna put that on the cheeks, smile, like so. Oh my gosh. And also the angle, I'm noticing too that sometimes I feel like it's best for me to do like this eye, because this one you can't really see because I'm like here in my mirror. So again, comment down below, let me know. Again, we're only gonna progress here, so yeah. I was noticing that my lips are super crusty, you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, but just to finish this off, I did 3 things. I put Sweet Tea lip liner on my lips, and then I topped it off with the Golden Astral Lip Balm by Pat McGrath. It's also part of the Star Wars collection that we're later going to review. And I'm going to go in with the Selena Mac lip gloss in Hey Dad Pizza, which is this gold brown color. And we're going to tie it out like that. My lips are so glittery. Oh my gosh, I'm like glowing, you guys. Okay, there's a few parts that I missed that I'm gonna do afterwards. Like setting spray, foundation on the ears and the neck, of course. Minor things, but this is the completed look. Okay, this is a very gorgeous, glamorous, gold inspired shimmer look that you can definitely wear out if you're gonna go to a gay bar, honey. For the summer, I mean, this is just serving you, honey. I am golden, I am fabulous, I am snatched, and I feel like this is the perfect look to kick off this series of Makeup by Mode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, I'm gonna keep learning from this. I noticed that the angle was a little bit off and just so many things going on, so trust me, I'm aware of it, and we're just gonna keep moving forward after this. But honey, I hoped that you love this look as much as I do, because I don't know, I just feel so fabulous. And again, this is the type of feeling that I want to evoke in all of you who want to try makeup for the first time, or you've already dabbled with but you just want to be more snatched with it. Honey, this is it. This is the channel for you, so I can't wait. Thank you so much. Stay fabulous. Thank you so much for your support. To my new subscribers, to my OGs who have been with me since Out with Emmy, thank you guys so much for the love. Comment down below, hit the like button, ring the bell to get notified whenever I upload new videos, and thank you so much, and adios babes.